Okay, Dan, BizTalk Migration. So as you know, cloud is more prevalent in industry these days, and a lot of people are on premise and have BizTalk servers and they need to migrate to the cloud, and Affinus offer a BizTalk Migration Assessment. What does this entail?
Another good question. So one of the things that we do with a migration assessment is not just looking at moving to the cloud. The first step is identifying what you have and how it's used. A number of clients we've been to have said, look, we've got all this BizTalk code, all these BizTalk servers, and we kind of know what they're doing, but we have no list of anything. Like, I don't have a list of orchestrations or receive ports or maps or applications. They're just growing organically over time, and we have no documentation. So one of the things we do is we have a set of tooling that will run through your solutions, either by pointing it at your actual solutions or pointing it at your exported applications or your actual BizTalk servers, and generate a list of everything that's there. And then we use that as the basis of a migration report. So as part of our assessment, we will look at what's installed, we'll look through your source code. We interview the people involved and have workshops. We talk about, why do you have this? What's the point? What business problem are you trying to solve with BizTalk? How does it work today? How do you monitor it? What happens when something goes wrong? How are you changing it over time? How are you deploying it? What security do you have? How do the business interface with it? Do you have business activity monitoring? So we try and get a sense of everything you've got. This is like the as is, if you like. So what do you have today and how's it being used? And the output of that is, in a part of our report, is a list of everything you've got and how it's being used, which on its own is really, really useful. And then the next part of that is, what could you migrate that to? So what's the equivalent in Azure Integration Services or in Azure? And how difficult would it be to migrate? Because in some cases you can do a bit of lift and shift. In other cases it's going to be modernisation. And modernisation is the big word here, that how can we take what you've got and reuse as much as possible, but modernise everything else? And then as part of that, we go through and work out what's it going to cost. Not only the migration cost, but the runtime cost. Because one of the biggest concerns or fears, if you like, people have is, I don't know what it's going to cost me. I know what BizTalk costs me. I know what I pay for my licenses, and I know what I pay for my support. But what is Azure going to cost me? I don't know. How do I work that out per month or per year? If you tell me it's going to be, 10K, how do I know it's not going to be 30K? How do I protect myself from that? So we'll go through all that with you and help you work that out. So that's the migration assessment that we offer.
And we've done this a few times now, and our costing reports tend to be pretty accurate when they actually go live, I must say.
Yes, and they're based on our experience in terms of numbers and things like that. But yes, part of that as well will be looking at, how's your business going to grow over time? Let's say that you're on a pattern where you want to double your turnover or double your number of clients or customers or whatever it is over 2 years. How's that going to affect your Azure costs? That sort of thing.
Excellent.